me see. All right, y'all. So I'm not going to sit here quiet. So I'm looking for the hairstylist. I'm looking for the hairstylist that, and not just locticians, but anyway, the hairstylist who left the business. If you're a hairstylist, a former hairstylist, a now part-time hairstylist, an ex-hairstylist, and you left the hair industry to start working another job when you got tired of the chair, this message is for you. If you left the hair industry when you got burned out or tired of doing hair, you just left and now you don't have any clients, or you do, you might, but you got a job. Most hairstylists are leaving the industry after we do all this work to get a freaking job. And I want to talk to y'all because it means that you probably didn't know about the levels. So I'm going to be talking to y'all about these levels today. And this is for former hairstylists who want their money back, okay? Who want their money back. Because one thing about the hair industry, they have us all leaving. Well, I ain't gonna say all of us. I'm gonna say they got 99% of the stylists leaving empty-handed, feeling like the industry then just went crazy and there's no hope for the hair industry. This is a secret feeling that a lot of us have, is that the hair industry is not like it used to be. And so we're getting tired of it and we're going back to a job. And a lot of the reasons why I hear people doing that is because they'll say these stylists don't know what they're doing no more. The people don't really care. Social media done took over. All of those kinds of things are causing hairstylists to leave the business. Now, this is the sad part about it, is that we're building a legacy and then we're leaving it to go work at a job. Now, one issue, hold on, y'all, hold on. Now, one issue that I do want to hit on is that it's the stylists who really care the most that are leaving the industry. Um, I think that we just don't want to watch the people destroy hair. I think that's that. However, y'all, if you a part-time stylist, a former hairstylist who has decided that you're ready to get from behind the chair, there are some things that you need to know. Number one is you need to know my story, right? Number two is you need to know that it's levels to the hair business, and the last level don't even require you to show up. So we definitely don't want to be leaving right before we get to what we've been praying for. Because I don't know about y'all, but when I was booked and busy and owned a salon, all I used to want to do is sit down. That was it. I would want to sit down. People ask me, how you doing? I'll be telling them, I just want to sit down. And that's when I was in my 20s. Now I'm in my 40s and I'm still in the hair business. I don't do hair for a living anymore. And recently, as of recently, I actually got rid of all of my hair clients, right? But guess what? I'm still making money in the industry, okay? Because it doesn't require you to get from behind the chair at all, unless that's the only type of money that you was making. Then I can understand why you want to get from behind the chair. So if you are a former hairstylist who has left the industry and you're doing something else and you really don't want to do it, then I want you to know that it's levels to it where you don't have to do it. Like, you build a whole legacy. Like, I don't know about y'all, because when I did hair, I built my legacy. Like, I wasn't just doing no damn hair appointments. I was building my brand. I had my products. I'm doing all of that stuff. And I was at first making one of the biggest mistakes, like most stylists make, which is acting like everything got to go through your clientele. So if you're a former hairstylist And when you got tired of doing hair, your only exit was to quit and go to another industry, I definitely want you to see what I have to say. I'm not going to say it here because I want to get everybody's undivided attention. However, if you're a former hairstylist who wants to get your money back from the industry, like you're a former stylist, you built something and you walked away from it because you didn't understand how to make money from it anymore, then you need to be on my webinar. Okay. Now, I was doing this webinar at 6 a.m., but now I'm just going to wake y'all up at 6 a.m. Nobody want to be on a webinar at 6 a.m. until they understand how important the message is. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to y'all at 6 a.m., but we're going to do the webinar at 6 p.m. today, and then I'm going to leave it up for 72 hours. So if you are a former hairstylist who walked away from your full business, making thousands of dollars a week. Now, if you wasn't, because some of y'all don't ever regulate your clients. Like if you don't regulate the clients and they just was running over you and don't want to pay your prices and stuff, then it's probably not for you. This is for somebody that has something to actually leave. So my former hairstylists who actually have a legacy, I know y'all got to be tired of the position that you in right now, especially if it is not in the hair industry. If it's not in the industry, then you got to be tired of commuting. I know you sick of answering to somebody, and I know you're not even used to putting your phone away. You at work, you get to kind of do what you want as a hairstylist, and then what happens? We get tired of standing, right? Or if you like me, you might have broke something, right? Like my business didn't break. I broke something. And so I'm doing this webinar. I want you guys to understand that it's levels to the business and you never had to get from behind the chair really until you was ready. You never had to walk away from your hair industry money at all. And you can actually have it set where your kids get the money when you stop. You can have it set where your grandkids still get money because you did hair, right? A lot of y'all don't know this and y'all just leaving the industry with all of your assets undone, right? Leaving the industry with undone assets. So what I'm be doing is helping hairstylists get their invisible assets because if you can't see it, and nobody around you can see it either, probably because they're not visionaries, and mostly because most people are employees. They aren't trained to see the money that a business owner sees. And so the mindset that a lot of stylists are operating out of is employee first when we building, self-employed when we start being booked and busy, owning a salon, coming and going as we please. But those are just levels. That's not the end. So if you're a hairstylist who walked away from your business, I want to talk to you because I need to show you that there is still money in your hair career that you're supposed to be getting right now. If you spent at least 7 years doing hair, it's money right now that you can be earning without going back to the chair. Okay, so we're not talking about going back to the chair. And guess what? I'm definitely not about to tell you to. I'm not about to tell you to open a school. One of my best friends, he shows hairstylists how to open a school, and I love that. However, me, after I did hair all these years, the last thing I want to do, don't get me wrong, I wanted to open a school before. However, I didn't open it. It was hard. And because I have my own curriculum outside of cosmetology, me opening a school, it actually would have been more headache than not. It would have been like a replay of owning a shop, just more money. However, I stumbled upon level 4, and now I don't want to open a school. I don't want to. I don't have to, and I don't have to abide by anybody's rules about anything the way it is in level 4. So if you are a former hairstylist and you want to know how to get your money back without going back to the chair, without they call it going back to the chair. I be saying that is such marketing because we don't talk like that. We don't be like, oh, I gotta go back to the chair. We don't do that. We say if we want to stop doing hair. So if you're a former hairstylist who already stopped doing hair for whatever reason, but you know that you were supposed to have you some money coming back, I want you to hit me up so you can join my webinar. I will be doing it at 6 p.m. tonight, the actual training, okay? it's not even a webinar, honestly. It's a training that shows stylists how to earn some money from the hair industry without doing hair. So if you're a former hairstylist, then this is your alley right here. So I'll be talking about this every single week on my uh, wake up call on Saturday morning. That's what this is, my Saturday morning wake up call, where I want to talk to stylists who have left the business. If you are a stylist who left the business, then this is for you. If you're not, you're still doing hair, if you booked and busy, if you don't have any time to yourself and you still running around like a chicken with your head cut off, this is not for you. But if you decided to leave the industry, if you quit already, you decided I don't want to do hair no more, I'm sick of it, I gotta stop. And it's not an easy decision. So I want to commend you for taking control of the situation, but I also want to show you that there are some levels that they never told us. Okay. And literally, this is what we've been praying for. So if you walked away before you got to the right level, then I got to show you this. You're going to want to see this. You're going to love the fact that I'm not even sharing. Look, it's not lock styling stuff right now. This is about a bigger problem in the industry because most of the hairstylists are just leaving. Like most seasoned hairstylists are leaving the industry. They are leaving. And we want to get y'all back, but not the way that you think. Not the way that you think. So I'm talking to former hairstylists right now who already left the business and your money is not with you. Okay. So if you are a former hairstylist, this is for you. Hey guys, this is Yanni here, and I want to talk to part-time hairstylists, former hairstylists, locticians, barbers, all hairstylists that actually left the business. If you are a hairstylist who left the industry, this message is for you. You probably stopped at level 1 or level 2, and you could have went to 3 or 4 where you can actually retire with your hair money, right? So one big tragedy that's happening in the business right now is that most hairstylists are leaving without their money. They leaving without their legacy. Like whatever you brought to the business, um, you leaving without it. You leaving without the residuals of it paying you, right? So this is similar to rappers. Rappers get in the booth and they make a song, and when it's time to have ownership of said song, that ownership is given to a record label, and usually the artists don't have any say so or get any of the benefits. Kids out here starving and everything while the record labels are running away with your money. They like taking you to the bank, taking you to the cleaners, right? So this is the same thing that's happening in the hair industry, is that companies are making millions of dollars while stylists are getting booked and busy. And everybody acts like booked and busy is so good, such a good thing. And honestly, all the stylists that I know that's booked and busy, including myself, have did it to their own detriment. Like there's no balance when you're booked and busy. You don't have time to do anything. So if your time is all taken up right now, I don't even want to talk to you because you're not going to see it until God makes you sit down. Okay. And I think that that's really what's happening, is that there's a level that we're not seeing, and we're actually breaking our bones trying to make all this money, do all of these clients, when I think God or the higher power is basically saying, I don't need y'all to do all of this. And it's what's causing the burnout. So if you're a stylist and you're burned out because you're tired of being behind a chair, there is hope for us in level 3. And then there is, if you like me, who you sick of working, because me, I'm sick of working. I don't want to do nobody's hair anymore. I'm a former hairstylist, and I'm definitely not about to go get a job in another industry because I got too much experience in the hair industry. But you know what? So many hairstylists are leaving the industry with all their knowledge, and when they leave, is nothing for them except for to go to Walmart, go get a secretary job, go do something that you're not used to doing, and you're not as skilled as you are at here. So imagine being like me. These hands work magic, right? These hands work magic. However, I don't want to work magic with them no more. I'm tired of working magic. All I got is this right now, right? So if you're a former hairstylist who wants to get your money back in the industry, but you already left, I want to get you on a training so I can show you how to earn money without coming back to the industry. Because nobody said leave your money. The chair is not hair money. Like there's the difference. My training is called chair money. It's not hair money. Why am I saying that? Because it's not. When you decide that you're ready to get from behind the chair, there is a whole nother level that you could go to that don't even require you being behind the chair. And this is the crazy thing. You probably already at that level, but you just not operating in it. So I want to show this to you guys because a lot of us, if you like me, I didn't know what level I was at first either, right? So this is not something that I know. This is something that I had to learn and earn. Okay. So if you're a hairstylist who wants to get your money back out of the industry after you left without coming back to doing hair, without taking clients, without getting booked and busy, right? Without owning a salon, without opening a school, right? If you want to do it all like that, then there is a way. And this is definitely the holy grail for us seasoned stylists who was great because you can't be walking away and starting over. We're too old to start over. I refuse to start over, but I also refuse to be the only one who knows about this. So, if you are a seasoned stylist who is thinking about getting from behind a chair, this message is for you. If you are a former hairstylist who want to get from behind a chair, I want you to know that I could show you how to stay in the hair industry and keep making money without ever stepping foot behind the chair again. And the cool thing about it is that this lane over here, imagine, right? You go from $50 client to $500 client immediately. A lot of people, they don't know how to do that, but I'm going to be talking about exactly how to do that on my training tonight at 6 o'clock. Now, right now, if you were to go to myhairlegacy.com, that's where you need to go to sign up for the webinar. Now, this is a little secret is that the webinar is free right now because when I first started doing it, I had it for free. But when I get off this live today, I'm going to be making that a paid webinar because the information is too valuable and nobody else is talking about it. So I'm not going to just give it away. I can't. Okay. I need y'all to be serious and I need to know I'm talking to people that are serious about preserving, solidifying your legacy. Because unless you just cool with your shit going by the wayside after you just did all of that career building, I'm not cool with that. So I definitely couldn't let it happen to me. And I want to help other stylists who may be going through this decision right now. Because if you are a former hairstylist and you left the industry, there's some stuff that you need to know because you left because you didn't want to keep doing hair. You left because the clients don't want to pay. You got too many loyal clients, and now all of a sudden you scared to charge full price. You can't charge your worth. All those things happen to break a stylist down. Now, while we going through that, it feels like the right thing to do. So it's not even your fault if you left, honestly, because the hair industry is just that. It's an industry. The schools don't teach us how to do hair. They don't teach us how to own businesses. All they teach us how to do is use their chemicals that tear up hair. That's what they teach us in hair school. They don't teach us how to be a brand, how to get products, how to do any of your own stuff. They want you to work for them. So if you are a hairstylist and you decided to get from behind a chair and leave your money, it's probably because you was listening too much to some of those companies and you did not listen to the stylists who came before you. The education gap. There's a serious education gap in the hair industry, which is causing new hairstylists to have to figure out stuff that the old hairstylists already know. And so, if you are a former hairstylist who has left the industry, you need to hear this message. You need to go to myhairlegacy.com. You need to sign up for my training, right? Now, I do the trainings at weird hours. It's really just to see who really care about their legacy this much to get up with me at 6 a.m. Who really cares about their reputation and what they was trying to lead to their children enough to get up and talk about it and to learn how to fix the tragedy that is happening in the hair industry. Okay? If y'all want to join me, it's myhairlegacy.com. Sign up for the webinar. If you get there and it asks you to pay, then you got to pay. Now, if you get there and it's free, then you in there. However, in a minute, it's about to be a paid training, okay? Because this training right here, the training I'm going to be showing y'all, I mean, it's like once you find out that you make more money when you stop doing hair as a hairstylist, that's the crazy part. But I know most of y'all never heard of that and probably don't understand how. So I want y'all to meet me at my training at myhairlegacy.com. And I'll see you there. All right, we're going to end the stream on that note. Yes.